Telecom for hosting this program. I'm Shannon Terry, the Public Information Officer for Otter Tail County. We are hosting this program to highlight the services of Otter Tail County and introduce you to the employees of Otter Tail County. Today we will highlight the work of the DWI Court. Wade, would you like to introduce yourself and kind of explain what your role is on this team?
Sure. My name is Wade Erickson. I'm a probation agent with the Department of Corrections. I collaborate with the team in the supervision of the felony level offenders that are involved in the DUI program.
I'm Hallie Metcalf, and I'm the probation officer with Otter Tail County, and I work with the individuals, all of them, the gross misdemeanor, as well as take team with Wade on felonies as well.
And I'm Tria Mann. I'm the coordinator for the program, and I'm actually a state employee working with the 7th Judicial District Courts.
Thank you so much for being here. So let's just start right away and ask, well, what is DWI Court?
DWI Court it's a program that's dedicated to changing the behavior. So it works with multiple DWI offenders. So DWI is obviously driving while intoxicated offenders. And we do wraparound services, and we all work together as a team. That's the one unique thing about this program. It's not just individuals working in their own departments. We all come together to assist individuals to better their life and change behaviors and hopefully reduce recidivism in regards to DWI Court and DWIs.
And it's my understanding that this is the 10th year?
Yes, we started March 7th, 2008 was our first DWI Court hearing.
And it's also an award-winning program, isn't it?
Correct. Hallie could speak to that because the probation department was awarded.
They are an award-winning program. In
was
2017, the probation department won an award for the program. And I think that things like this really should be highlighted in Otter Tail County to show that the work that you are doing is being recognized. So as a team, I think that's wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks.
So who is eligible and how would they enroll?
I think we have a slide on this, and I think it's important to look at this because there are specific criteria that we do follow. So obviously they have to be a resident of Otter Tail County. They need to be 18 years of age or older. We will take either a felony level DWI or a second degree DWI, and everybody always asks me what are the different degrees. Well, you start out with the 4th degree. Depending on several factors, you could go up to a 3rd degree. With each DWI, it ratchets it up. So most of the time, a 2nd degree DWI is someone that has 3 DWIs within 10 years. And so, but there are stipulations, things that play into those charges. So we do at times take 3rd degrees depending on the other criteria. So the other criteria that would follow there is they must be in need of treatment. So they go through a chemical use assessment with our Human Services Department. And they need to be found in moderate or severe need of treatment. And then they also do a risk needs assessment with Hallie, and they need to be found in a high risk category.
So after this, how would they enroll? What information could we give the public to let them know how to get into the program?
Well, first and foremost, if they have an attorney, they need to talk to their attorney about it. If they do not have an attorney, they for sure need to talk to the prosecuting attorney about it. And to see if they're eligible, or they could call myself to see if they're eligible for the program. And then from there, I would give them the next steps, or the prosecutor would also give them the next step.
So the DWI Court is part of the probation office, but it's not the traditional probation program. So could you describe how it's unique?
Sure. We're a 4-phase program, plus after the 4 phases, there's also a graduation phase. And then we also have a slide that it goes through and tells what each phase kind of highlights. In phase 1, it's more intense with the supervision, where we have 2 contacts with your probation officer. It's either myself or Wade if it's a felon. He also helps with that. We have a surveillance officer who goes out and does the testing and curfew checking, looking at the environment in the home. And then we have random testing for alcohol and drugs throughout that week as well. They have to come to court every week, or every other week that we have court. They have curfew by 9 o'clock, and they have to have a certain amount of sobriety. So you can see each phase. As you go into the 2nd phase, it's very similar to the 1st phase of the program. And then as you go on, can highlight the different levels. By the fourth phase, they're only coming to court once a month instead of coming every other week. And then we also highlight, you go in and you look at the treatment. We focus on treatment, and we focus on skills that they can give back to the community. We try to work with life management, education, driver's license, getting employment, and things that they may be lacking. We try to provide those tools for them to be able to live that sober lifestyle. Add anything to that?
I think you nailed it.
So it sounds like it's really hands-on. You get to know people. You really become an important resource in people's lives. So what impact have you seen on the community and individuals as a result of the DWI Court program?
Well, this program really prides itself on the on the accountability and the collaboration. I mean, and we mean team. I mean, we have a solid team. I mean, we have judiciary, we have law enforcement, we have human services representatives, we have corrections, county probation, surveillance officers, human services people that are doing our evaluations, and treatment providers. So, wow, I mean, it takes a village, right? And that's what we pride ourselves on, is that when we're working with these offenders in the community, they are getting a lot of collaboration, they're getting a lot of extra help and assistance and guidance. And with that, we're seeing that success. They're feeling, that when they're in the community, and a lot of these people have lived a life with a lack of resources, a lack of opportunity, right? But when we introduce those things into their lives, where they're meeting with a judge every other week, personally standing in front of them, being accountable for their behavior with their agents, with the other members of the team, it gives them a really good incentive to say, it feels good making healthy decisions. It feels good being sober. It feels good doing something productive in the community. And our reviews that we get from most of our offenders, are that extra involvement from us makes a difference.
Could you share some of those stories of the successes of your graduates?
Well, there's lots of successes that come from it. Some of the highlights that they say to us is, like Wade mentioned, the longevity of the program. The program is 18 plus months. So they have that time of sobriety and have that time of living sober during that 18 months, where they can practice the skills that we give them. They can practice it during that time. He also mentioned accountability too. They don't know when we're coming. They don't know when they're going to be drug tested, and so they really have to be accountable to themselves and to their families. A lot of relationships are restored at this time. A lot of the broken homes are restored. Families and friends, they get those relationships back, and that's huge for people in their lives.
And it's really common for us to hear from people that we work with as they graduate through those phases, the 4 phases, that they look back in hindsight on phase 1 and they say, oh man, I was terrible with that. I really had a terrible attitude, and I see where you guys are pushing me to do, and I'm glad that this has worked out, and I've invested in treatment. I invested in making some better choices and getting employed and doing activities with my family and being around sober people. And that's a big barrier for people that are in recovery, is to get that support network of people that aren't using, that are living conventional, and connecting them to that. So big part.
Yeah, we'll have people tell us that we announce sobriety dates and how long somebody's has been clean, and they'll say, I've never been clean that long, and it might be 6 months, 9 months, or that's long. They've never had that amount of time. We've had people that have gotten their driver's license reinstated that have not had a valid driver's license for years, which is can be a big barrier, especially, because driver's license it's an expensive piece of the puzzle. So for them to be able to obtain that goal, that's huge. As well as, like Hallie was saying, the relationships, being able to mend those relationships with kids, with family members, and that are really huge pieces and stuff.
And you celebrate success, right? You actually have a graduation ceremony.
Yep.
With cake and everything.
Yeah, some people, you know, they ask, you know, why do you do that? Well, you know, I see it as, these are big accomplishments for people. Like Wade was saying, that, you know, people don't feel like they have a lot of these supports, and they've learned a lot of things within the program about themselves and about the community and where the supports are in our community. And so we need to celebrate those things. They are changing their behaviors and trying to, you know, live a different way. And that, you know, you need to celebrate those things. And we send out monthly birthday cards. And I mean, I'm always amazed when we'll have somebody say, that's the only birthday card I ever got. You know, so it kind of puts lights on, you know, we need to pay attention to each other, and we need to take care of our community.
Like Tria said, we're asking them to change a lot of their habits and behaviors that they've had from a very young age growing up into adulthood, and those are not easy things to change. So they put a lot of work into the program. So for us to celebrate them and their success and what they've done it's great that we're able to do that, because they've done a lot of work.
Thank you. It sounds like the collaboration and working within the community and the teamwork has led to a lot of success. So where can people find more information about the DWI Court program?
Well, I know it's on our Otter Tail County website.
Okay.
Under probation, there will be information about the DWI Court there. You can contact the courthouse and ask for the DWI Court program. They'll direct you either to myself or to Hallie. Those are probably the two easiest ways to find out more information.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Wade, Hallie, and Tria. Thank you, Otter Tail Telecom, for hosting this program. Otter Tail County, live your best life here.